Okay, so on number 1, here's the angle I'll be using. Okay, which one is the H? The bottom one, the blank one. Which one's the A? 18. And then the O is the X. So remember, the H is the hypotenuse. That's the longest side, the one across from the right angle. The A is the adjacent. It's the side right next to the angle, or the one that touches the angle. The O is the opposite. It's the side that does not touch the angle. All right, so on this one, of H, A, and O, which of those three do I not really need on this problem? The H. So throw the H out. All right, so we have so, ka, tua. So which of our three functions are we going to use here having opposite and adjacent? T, tangent, right? O and A, T for tangent. All right, so I've got tangent of 25 degrees equals, okay, we always put it in that order also. It always goes opposite over adjacent. So how long is the opposite? X over the adjacent 18. Now when X is on top, do we multiply or divide? We multiply. So I'm going to go 18 times 10 of 25. And what does it give you? Okay, so 8.39. All right, number 2. Here's the angle. Which one is H? X. Which one is A? 15, and then O is the blank one. So of those three, which one do I not really need on this problem? The O, there's nothing there. It's blank. I don't care about that one. So I've got A and H. So kato, which one has A and H? The C, the cosine one. So we've got cosine of 70 equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Now that the X is on bottom, do I multiply or divide? Divide. So I'm going to go 15 times cosine of 70 . 15 divided by the cosine of 70. And 43.86. All right, now the last two, we're looking for the measurement of the angle. We're looking for angle A. So on this one, I'm looking for this angle A right here. All right, which one is the H? 27. Which one is the A? The blank. And then the O is the 18, obviously. So of those three, which do I not need? The A. That's the blank one. I don't care about that one. So the O and H, which one has O and H? Is the S, the sine function. Okay? Now remember, since I'm looking for the angle, which one am I going to be using here? The one with the -1, okay? And then sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so 18 over 27. And again, remember that make sure that your calculator's in degree mode. So sine inverse of 18 over 27. And you can see 41.81, we'll say. Okay, degrees. And then the last one, we're looking for angle A right here. So we have H, A, O. Which of those three do I not need? H. So that's gone. So on this one, O and A tells me to use what? Tangent. So katoa. OA is toa, tangent. Okay, so we put opposite over adjacent, 6 over 20, and we're looking for the angle, so I'm going to go 10 inverse of 6/20. And what does it give you? Yeah, we'll go 16.7 degrees. Yeah. So today what we're going to talk about, this is just on the back of where your warm-up is at. We're going to talk about angle of elevation and depression. So this is all just going to end up being the trig stuff that we've been doing, but it's adding in just a little bit of extra stuff to think about with this. Okay, so the angle of elevation. All right, if I'm standing here and I'm just looking straight out, like parallel to the ground, I'm just looking straight out. That's my line of sight, okay? Now, if I look above where I would naturally be looking, if you go above that, that's an angle of elevation, okay? Now, if I go back to thinking about just looking straight out, and then if I go below that, that's an angle of depression. Okay, so on this number one, you got this guy standing here. This dashed line is his line of sight. That's him just looking straight out parallel to the ground. If he looks up to see this airplane, is this elevation or depression? That's an angle of elevation, yes. Okay, number two. All right, this dude is standing up here on the cliff, all right? And again, this dashed line is him just looking straight out. Now, if he looks down from there to see this boat down on the water, is this an angle of elevation or depression? It's an angle of depression. All right, here you have two people. So you got this person down here on the ground and the person up here on this building. So the person here on the ground, straight is the dashed line. Then as he looks up to see this person up here, what is this? That one's elevation. But then the guy up here, with his line of sight being there and looking down to see this guy, what is this? It's an angle of depression. All right, on this last one, you have three different beings here. Okay, you got somebody in the boat, you got somebody in the lighthouse, and you got this bird. Okay, as the guy in the boat looks up to see the guy in the lighthouse, what is this? It's an angle of elevation. As the guy in the lighthouse looks down to see the guy in the boat, what's this? It's an angle of depression. As the guy in the lighthouse looks up to see the bird, what is this? That's an angle of elevation. And then as the bird looks down to see the guy in the lighthouse, what is this? Okay, that's an angle of depression. All right, so on this first one, a search and rescue team is there lifting people from the scene of a boating accident when they observe another person in need of help. If the angle of depression to this other person is 42 degrees and the helicopter is 18 feet above the water, what's the horizontal distance from the rescuers to this person to the nearest foot? Okay, so I'm a math teacher. I'm not an art teacher, so I'm not good at this. I'm just going to do the best I can. All right, so we've got this little helicopter up here. All right. And down here we got the water, so you need to be drawing this on yours as well. Okay, you've got this person who's down here who's not happy in the water. All right, now, as the person in the helicopter looks straight out, okay, that's that line of sight. But it says as he looks down to see this person, the angle of depression is 42 degrees. So from here to here, this angle right here is 42 degrees. And it says that the helicopter, or this, is 18 feet above the water. And the question is, what is the horizontal distance to this person? So they're asking for this length right here. Okay. Now, with angle of depression, we have to be careful here. It says that the angle of depression is 42 degrees. Now, that angle is talking about from the line of sight down to this other line of sight, looking down to see this person. So this angle is 42 degrees. It's not this angle, and that is a very common mistake to make. So we see that 42 degrees is put that in here, but that's not what that's talking about. It's from here to here. So there's two ways to do this. I'm just going to go ahead and do it the easiest way. All right, this angle is 42 degrees. And so if you think about it, this angle right down here is going to be the same thing as this angle because of stuff we talked about last semester. These are alternate interior angles, so they're congruent. So if this angle is 42, and because these two lines are parallel, this angle has to be congruent. So this angle right here is going to be 42 degrees as well. That's right. Okay, so now at this point, I don't need this 42 degrees up here anymore. All right, now from here, it's just doing our trig stuff like we've been doing. All right, so here's my angle. Where's the H? The blank. Where's the A? Yeah, the X. And then where's the O? The 18. So now those three, H, A, and O, which one do I not need here? The H. I don't care about that one. So on this one, I can see the O and A is what I'm going to be using. So O and A tells me to use what? Tangent. Good. This is TOA. So I've got tangent. So tangent of 42 degrees equals, okay, the opposite on top. How long is the opposite? 18 over how long is the adjacent? When X is on bottom, do I multiply or divide? Divide. So I'm going to do 18 divided by the tan of 42. Okay, so 18 divided by the tan of 42, 19.99. We'll go ahead and round that and just say 20. Okay, next one. When the angle of elevation to the sun is 52 degrees, the tree casts a shadow that is 9 meters long. What's the height of the tree? Okay, so we've got this tree here. All right, and it says it casts a shadow. So the sun's up here somewhere. So it says the angle of elevation is 52, which the angle of elevation generally is going to fit inside the triangle that we're dealing with, the stuff we're going to do. So that's the angle of elevation. That's from here up to here is 52 degrees. It says that the shadow is 9 meters long. And what we want to know is what is the height of this tree? All right, so which one is the H? The blank? Where's the A? And the O? Which of those three do I not need? H. So this one, O and A. Okay, good. Again, so this one's tangent, TOA. So I'm going to go tan of 52 equals the opposite x over the adjacent 9. So with the x on top, do we multiply or divide? Multiply, so I'm going to go 9 times tan of 52. So 9 times tan of 52 is going to be 11.52. Okay, last one. A person snorkeling sees a turtle on the ocean floor at an angle of depression of 38 degrees. She's 14 feet above the ocean floor. How far from the turtle is she? All right. So we've got water. This person is swimming here, snorkeling. Here's the ocean floor. We've got this turtle. All right, as this person looks straight out, it's going to be the line of sight, then down to this turtle, this angle of depression is 38 degrees. And it says that she is 14 feet above the ocean floor. And the question is, how far from the turtle is she? Which that's going to be this right here. And you say, how far are you away from something? It's the shortest distance between you and that object. So that's where the x would go on this one. Now, one thing we got to be careful of is, again, this 38 degrees is from here down to here. That is not this angle right here. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to say, since this angle is 38, this angle down here is going to be the same. It's going to be 38 degrees also. And then after I get that put there, then I don't need that 38 up there anymore. I'm going to scratch that out just so it doesn't get confusing. All right, where's the H? Where's the A? The blank, and then the O? 14. Which one do I not need? The A. So O and H tells me to use which one? The sign. So, sign. So we got sine of 38 equals O 14 over HX. X is on bottom. What are we going to do? Divide. So I'm going to go 14 divided by sine of 38. And that's going to give you 22.74.